Hello. Alright, so we're on a different setup. As you can see, I'm outside. I was just reading under a tree earlier. I'm actually here just within our place, just within our home. And I never was able to utilize this part of the subdivision. So right now I'm at the playground. And I thought, I want to film a video sharing my TBRs. So yeah, I hope you can hear me because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of children, there's a lot of kids playing, there's students practicing stuff. So that's why I moved here, because it's kind of awkward and I was a bit shy. So yeah, as I was saying, I thought I'd like to share my TBRs for the year and on to the next. If I have not shared with you guys, I was actually on the go to read 12 books within 12 months this 2024. Ever since I discovered this new hobby of reading. I hope no one watches me. So it's August. We're reading My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. I'm almost done. I'm only this few pages to finishing it up. And I really, really enjoyed it. I actually started the episode 1 of the show adaptation, which is kind of helpful because in a way it materialized what I was only visualizing while reading this. So I can't wait to read more Ferrante. Alright, I have a lot of books here. I even brought it for YouTube. Things I'll do for YouTube. I guess let's start. I hope you can hear me because I'm talking on my phone. I hope this helps. I was able to get a copy of Call Me By Your Name by aciman in this cover. I was looking for this cover particularly because this is my preference. I don't like the blue one. I just thought this is a prettier cover. So I don't know if I'm gonna read this year, probably next year. So this book is a story of a sudden and powerful romance that blossoms between an adolescent boy and a summer guest at his parents' cliffside mansion on the Italian Riviera. We all know the movie, we all have seen it. It's Elio and Oliver's love story, and I don't know how the book ends here. We all know how the movie ends, but I've read that, the movie's take on its ending is different from what the book contains. So this is Call Me By Your Name. Next we have On Photography by Susan Sontag. I've seen Moya Mawini read this and she liked it. Just to share, most of my books are actually influenced by Moria's reading. In fact, she basically influenced me to started this new hobby. I just thought, reading is fun. Reading is a fun thing to do, and it's hot. I'm actually planning on reading this September. I believe this book is supposed to be a commentary on the art of photography, I would say, on what's the psychology behind people being obsessed with taking photos, and it's kind of interesting to know and dig deeper into that kind of discussion as someone who loves taking photos as well. This book is a critique of photography that asks forceful questions about the moral and aesthetic issues surrounding this art form. And then I have Simple Passions by Annie Ernaux. This is something that I look forward to reading as well. I really love Exteriors, which I read back in May. Here, Ernaux attempts to plot the emotional and physical course of her 2-year relationship with a married man, where every word, event, and person either provides a connection with her beloved or is subject to her cold indifference. I'm not sure if I'll be able to relate to this, but it's gonna be a quick read, so I'll probably read this year. The next book I have here is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. So The Bell Jar is Sylvia Plath's only novel, and it is partially based on her life. I remember I discovered this book because I was asked to participate to talk to our youth ministry. So I shared a portion of this book which talked about the story of a fig tree, and there Sylvia discussed how people, us, has a lot of ambitions and dreams that we want to achieve, and somehow discusses the dilemma of not being able to pursue everything of our dreams. And there it results to our depression in life. So that kind of interests me. So I thought I'd like to read the whole book. So that's The Bell Jar. And another book we have on our TBR is Swimming in the Dark by Tomasz Jedrowski. Sorry. I think this is gonna be a good summer read, so I may not read it this year, but next year on summer. So basically this is set in Poland, 1980. It's about a shy and anxious Ludwig who has been sent along with the rest of his university class to an agricultural camp where he meets Janice, and together they spend a dreamlike summer falling in love. I believe this has a similar path with Giovanni's Room, which is also discussed in this book. So basically it's a queer book, and I've heard a lot of good reviews about this novel, so looking forward to it next year. And then another Fitzcarraldo edition. I have here Paradais by Fernanda Melchor. I kind of wanted to have the other cover as well, the one with the tomato or the peach, but I thought this looks deceiving because of the title and its minimalist cover. I thought it's deceiving because this minimalist take and the title does not correspond to what this novel is about. So this novel is written in a thrilling torrent of prose by one of our most exciting new writers. Paradais explores the explosive fragility of Mexican society, fractured by issues of race, class, and violence, and how the myths, desires, and hardships of teenagers can tear life apart at the seams. I'm not sure, but watching the reviews about this book, I think this is dirty. So I'm yet to discover it. I might read this next year as well. I still have a lot in my tote bag, so please bear with me. I'm probably just gonna take them all out. So this is what's left. I do have here Pride and Prejudice as well by Jane Austen. This is gonna be my second classic read. The first one was Wuthering Heights, which I have mixed feelings about, but all in all, I think I liked it. And this one, I've watched the movie, and please, their story is so enduring. So I thought I want to read the book. I particularly love this cover as well. I think I'm the only one who has this cover. one of the few who has this cover. Look at that. So unique. So this is a story of a prideful Mr. Darcy and the middle-class Elizabeth Bennet that conducts an absorbing dance through the rigid social hierarchies of early 19th century England, with the passion of the two unlikely lovers growing as their union seems ever more improbable. And then I have here Open Water by Caleb Azumah Nelson. I think Caleb is a new author, a new writer, and I'm not sure if this is his first novel. Let me see. I'm not sure, you can look it up. But yeah, this story is about two young people who met at a pub in southeast London. Both are black British. Tentatively, tenderly, they fall in love. But two people who seem destined to be together can still be torn apart by fear and violence. I knew about this book from SJ's book reads, and he loved the prose, the writing style in this book, so it got me to want to read this as well. I do have here Death in Venice and Other Stories. I'm not sure if this is a classic, but this is kind of an intriguing book because I believe this story revolves around the story of a middle-aged man who was fascinated by a teenage boy, so it's giving pedophilia. Yeah, this book is a story of obsession, as I was saying. So this book is about Gustav von Aschenbach, who is a successful but aging writer who travels to Venice for a holiday. Then he notices an exceptionally beautiful young boy who is staying with his family in the same hotel. Soon his days begin to revolve around this boy, and he is too distracted to pay attention to the ominous rumors that have begun to circulate through the city. I'm not sure if this also has a similar take with Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin, but I love this kind of story. I love controversial, intriguing novels. So yeah, that's Dead in Venice. Second to the last is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I'm gonna include this to my book read this year. I think this is giving dark, academia, gothic, aesthetic vibe. So I thought I want to read it during December, where it's giving the winter feels, the cold weather, the holiday seasons. Do you agree? I think this became a popular book on Book Talk and BookTube as well. And I think this is the only Donna Tartt book I have. So it says to be a haunting, compelling, and brilliant book. So this story revolves around a group of clever, eccentric misfits at an elite New England college discover a way of thinking and living that is a world away from the humdrum existence of their contemporaries. But when they go beyond the boundaries of normal morality, their lives are changed profoundly and forever. And last but not the least, my most looked forward, sought after book read. I really had a hard time finding this cover version, particularly here in the Philippines, because we do have a version here, but I just don't like that one. I'm talking about Normal People by Sally Rooney in this cover. I feel like a cool kid now. You all know how I love the show adaptation, Normal People, Connell and Marian, Daisy Jones, Paul Mescal. So yeah, as I said, I love the show. So I thought, I want to read the book as well. I want to know how different or the same Connell and Marian is in this book compared to the show, because I love them in the show. This also has mixed reviews, so I thought it's a good thing that I could set my expectations already, knowing that, so I won't be disappointed. So basically, Normal People is a story of mutual fascination, friendship, and love. It's about Connell and Marian, who grew up in the same small town in the west of Ireland, but there's similarities and there. I think the book does not only talk about both Connell and Marian's relationship, but also their differences in terms of class, their stand in society, if I'm not mistaken. I really hope I'm gonna love this book as well. My camera died. But we're back. Yeah, these are my TBRs. I hope I'm able to share with you some good recos, and you might wanna share some of yours as well. You can leave a comment, and I'm looking forward to checking them out. And let's read together.